Welcome back for another video. In today's video I'll be running through the Gameweek27 Team Selection, transfer plans and thoughts heading into this game week. If you missed the who to buy video for Gameweek27, make sure you give that a watch too, a link will be on screen at the end. If you'd like to support me by becoming a Patreon or YouTube member, the perks are the same, which includes early access to videos and a private channel on the Discord where I give team feedback. Links are in the description to both. Lastly, if you'd like to follow my team throughout the season, don't forget to hit subscribe. So a quick look back at how Gameweek 26 went. At the time of recording, 116 points, which is a red arrow to 189, and the last game remaining is Arsenal vs Wolves with Ramsdale, Tierney, SAISS, Saka and Jimenez to play. If you went with triple captain Salah, well played. It was a very difficult decision. In my case it did save me on 2 hits and the free hit chip. So if our triple captain does well when we use it, probably on Salah in Gameweek 29, then it will actually be a good decision. However, right now if you're staring at a red arrow it does look like the wrong one. So after seeing a few game weeks and reflect back on Gameweek 26, perhaps the most unbelievable part of the game week was Burnley's performance. The bench scored 50 points, and in honesty I never thought to start Pope or me, considering it wasn't a good double for them, but that's without the power of hindsight. The only one you could make a case for was starting Weghorst over Bowen, though again they were on the same predicted points and Bowen had Newcastle at home. Since I'd already dropped Cancelo on the wildcard, it would have been awful if Cancelo and Bowen had hauled, and I owned neither, considering their ownership. As it happened, they both blanked. But a very entertaining game week nonetheless, and let's hope for a good conclusion. I've actually been dreading Game Week 27 more. Back in Game Week 19 we were forced to free hit when we had 6 players starting. So as part of the wildcard plan last game week, the team was set up to ride Game Week 27 out without free hitting, and hopefully gain more by using a later game week. So without further ado, onto the Game Week 27 team selection and transfer plans. Pope starts in goal, who surprised us by outscoring Ramsdale last game week, and it would have been the better choice to start. He's got another double game week up against Crystal Palace and Leicester, and he's top among all keepers for predicted points this week. Pope's kept 4 clean sheets in his last 6 games, and Burnley clearly aside showing improvement in their bid to avoid relegation. Bemi starts for the defensive double up. It's a little bit risky, but we've talked about their defensive improvement, and even if they keep 1 clean sheet across the 2 games, I'd be happy with that, or perhaps another 21 pointer. Burnley were boosted by the return of Tarkowski for the Spurs game in Game Week 26 after missing a match with illness. SAISS was another player we picked up on the wildcard, and this game week he faces West Ham. Wolves have been solid defensively, and although it's not the easiest fixture this week, over the season only Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool and Man City have more clean sheets. Even more impressively, they've only conceded 18 goals, which is joint second with Chelsea and only 1 less than Man City's 17. Wolves have an excellent home double in Game Week 28, which is primarily what we picked them up for, and the Wolves double up in defence looks very good. We'll jump straight into the midfield as Tierney blanks this game week. RAPHINHA faces Tottenham, and it was very surprising to see him benched for the Man United game. However, he impressed off the bench and he scored. Leeds are another side under immense pressure. They're only 3 points clear of Burnley, however Burnley have 2 games in hand, so they need to pick up points, having picked up just 1 point in their last 5 games. RAPHINHA returned to the starting 11 for the Liverpool game, but of course blanked, so we'll hope he can put on a show at Ellen Road instead. Son gets the vice captaincy for the Leeds match. Since we own both RAPHINHA and Son, a high scoring game would be perfect. Over the season, Leeds are second bottom for expected goals conceded and 42.6 XGC. Over the last 10 game weeks, they're conceding around 3 goals per game on average. He's got haul potential in him, and will need it this game week to minimise the damage. Bowen was a huge disappointment in Game Week 26, but he's been outstanding over the season with 8 goals and 13 assists. It was only his second blank in his last 9 games, which is remarkable consistency. If we lose the SAISS clean sheet, then we'll hope it's Bowen who scores it. It's a huge game as Wolves trail West Ham by just 2 points with 2 games in hand. We'll skip to the forwards with Saka not playing this game week either, so it's Jimenez who starts up top for the West Ham game. He's not really justified his price tag this season, however we picked him up due to him having 2 double game weeks in 3 game weeks, and he also doesn't blank this game week or in Game Week 30. West Ham have their offence to thank for their good position in the league, because defensively they've been relatively poor, with an XGC of 37 over the season which ranks 12, in between Brentford and Everton. Jimenez is a great fixture ahead, and if you're looking for someone to sell Weghorst for after Game Week 27, or perhaps a player like Edouard and Antonio, then Jimenez is a great option. Weghorst gets the armband this game week. One thing I do like about double game weeks is that often obscure players that you'd probably never have owned can come into your thinking, and perhaps even captain. He is top for predicted points this game week, so we'll back him all the way. He had a phenomenal record in the Bundesliga before his January window transfer, and he's really shown us what he's capable of. The second of his double in particular looks very enticing at home to Leicester. Leicester have given up 58 big chances this season, which is 3rd worst. They're also 4th worst for XGC and goals conceded. Brozier completes the starting 11 for the Norwich game. Norwich are rock bottom this season for expected goals conceded on 46.6. He's another excellent option if you're looking to shift on the likes of Edouard and Antonio. After the Norwich fixture, Southampton have the double game week 28 too, so he's a great enabler to have in your team at the moment. Over the last 4 games played, no striker's taken more than his 10 shots inside the box, tied with Kane. He's also had 3 big chances, which is only beaten by Kane and Ronaldo's 4. On the bench it's Ramsdale, Salah, Robertson and Alexander-Arnold. They're my stacked bench of all time, but they do of course all blank. As mentioned briefly, we're in a difficult position whereby we were forced to free hit back in Game Week 19 when we had 6 starting, so as a result the most optimal way to play seemed to be to wildcard in 26, to tackle the doubles in 26, 28 and 29, but also to prepare for this blank game week. It does mean that we've got just 9 starting, though 3 with a double, but it also means that we have 7 doubling in Game Week 28 if Arsenal get a double, and 7 doubling in Game Week 29. With this in mind, the plan is to roll the transfer. It will be a dreadful game week, but the only choice is to ride it out, and I'm sure the free hit will be more valuable in a later game week with more points to be gained. The roll transfer will be absolutely invaluable in Game Week 28 with so many good options to consider. As always, I'll post my final team on the channel and on Twitter. If you'd like to follow my team throughout the season, don't forget to hit subscribe. But for now, that concludes today's video. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments how your Game Week 26 went and what your plan is for Game Week 27. I read every comment, so if you enjoyed the video, let me know.